this next segment is about some success stories with others using MYOB Advanced. And as users, you can gain a lot of sometimes see other things that other users are doing, getting out of the product that perhaps you could, that you may not be aware of. So these are very handy. So over to you, Stephen. Let's hear some of those items.
Fantastic. Thank you, Grant. Let me just share my screen firstly. And while I'm doing that, my apologies for the bandaged face. I did manage to, on the weekend, I enjoy mountain biking, and I managed to have a very intimate moment with a very large rock, which I definitely do not recommend. I'm sure there's a joke there about inappropriate social distancing, but I'll leave that to the side and I'll let Grant make the jokes, because that's what he certainly did in our last advanced session. But anyway, as Grant's already mentioned, great to have you all on board. We really do enjoy our user groups and the chance to usually meet in person with the community. It's a little bit different this time around, but we're certainly going to make the best of the circumstances that we have. As a part of our advanced user groups, we really do enjoy celebrating the success of our MYOB Advanced clients. And so in this session, I want to talk through some of these success stories. Firstly, we have a New Zealand client called Marsden Maritime in the infrastructure space. A very happy MYOB Advanced user that were facing some challenges, particularly around their financial reporting. I'm sure a lot of us will be able to relate to this issue. You know, you put in Advanced, but you still have these unwieldy Excel spreadsheets and these manual reporting processes that you need to go through in order to pull together your board reports or your P&Ls and the things that you need to present to the teams and to upper management. And that was the challenge that Marsden faced. Essentially, you know, a very time-consuming process, managing this month-end financial reporting, lots of Excel spreadsheets with multiple tabs, all requiring manual data entry from Advanced. Of course, they had a whole lot of manual exports as well that didn't make the process any simpler. To support them in that, they actually implemented a advanced add-on called Velixo Reports. Now, Velixo is a user-friendly Excel plugin that actually lives within the Excel platform, essentially as an extra menu within your ribbon bar. And it actually works to integrate data directly from MYOB Advanced into Excel using a suite of formulas and a suite of tools that provides within Microsoft Excel itself. So they updated their spreadsheets to simply reference that live MYOB Advanced data. It's loaded and refreshed in a matter of seconds, and also gave them the ability to have a simple review of transactions within Excel by drilling down on a cell in Excel and seeing the detail from Velixo, and then being able to pop out to the original document within MYOB Advanced. So overall, it actually just provide a simpler workflow for that whole board reporting, end of month reporting type requirement, getting rid of the, not getting rid of the spreadsheets, but getting rid of the manual processes and frustration associated with that report production. Of course, it was all about reducing the time that was associated with that process. We need to have good quality month-end reports, but let's make it as simple as process. Let's directly link into the MYOB Advanced data, remove any manual data entry, and of course, any associated risks with that. And that single spreadsheet can now be used to automatically consolidate data from multiple entities, from multiple tenants, multiple companies, and just simplifies the whole budgeting and report distribution process as well. The next success story I'd like to talk to is a company by the name of Elvin Group, a Canberra-based organisation in the construction industry. They had some significant challenges. We're using one of the smaller MYOB products, had 13 operating entities with very diverse requirements, and really just needed the ability, as with the growth that they were experiencing, to add more entities easily. Of course, they had very labour-intensive processes in place, lots of specialty industry solutions that they were actually using that weren't integrated to their previous systems. In terms of the solution, of course, we all know the answer to that. We implemented MYOB Advanced. The architecture was a single tenant with multiple companies, all sharing a common chart of accounts, suppliers, and customers. We actually integrated that specialty industry software with two-way integration to remove that manual data entry process and make sure those systems were aligned. And although they had multiple line of business applications, make sure that they worked together in harmony without that manual process, without that data duplication that normally can often cause frustrations within an organization. Of course, they also utilized that same Elixir reports as a way of consolidating data across those companies and providing a consolidated view of group financials, which they previously didn't have. In terms of the benefits, of course, transparency and visibility performance through real-time reporting was key. It helped them establish departmental reporting through advanced sub-account structure. And of course, the group level consolidations provided through the Elixir reports. In terms of the next client, it's a customer by the name of ERM Power, who operates specialty engineering services. Their challenges, they were an existing MYOB Advanced user, heavily using the project's accounting module. But they actually had a lot of supporting systems to manage the operational requirements around their projects. So they had lots of departments managing the operational elements of those projects through numerous Excel spreadsheets, numerous manual processes, lots of emails. And they didn't have this visibility of data and performance across the departments because of that disparate data that was being managed outside of the system. We all talk about MYOB Advanced as being an ERP system. I sometimes like to say that ERP stands for Excel Replacement Program. And I say that in jest, but in some respects, our Excel spreadsheets can actually be the crutches that that provide a wedge actually in the middle of how effective Advanced is for our organization. In terms of the solution, they customized the project's module within Advanced to provide a seamless workflow where we actually took up that additional data. We removed the requirement for those manual spreadsheets. Then included introducing some new tabs and some new features, ability to do audit tracking, the ability to do comprehensive compliance document management. So essentially information that resided within the context of that project that supplemented all the previous manual spreadsheets and workflow that they had. We also utilized advanced dashboard and widgets functionality to support the departmental reporting requirements. So each line of business had a different view of the status of those projects based upon the data that was, of course, important to them. In terms of the benefits, it was about removing that manual friction in the processes. We improved the overall project workflow, ensured that all the operational requirements were addressed within Advanced as a single source of truth. The real-time reporting, of course, was impossible to achieve across multiple disparate systems, but now they had real-time reporting of the current status, the current progress of every project currently in process. And of course, the additional visibility throughout the operational teams just gave them that real-time information to make decisions and respond to any areas that needed to. Lastly, an organization by the name of Go Transit, who operates in the advertising space, predominantly doing advertising on transport. So if you think of all of the advertising on buses, for example, that's the space that Go Transit work in. Again, another client who implemented MYOB Advanced after having some significant challenges within their organization, increasing client numbers, increasing transaction volumes, issues associated with accessing client data remotely, and just a growing need for increased functionality and capability within their systems and within their ERP solution. They implemented MYOB Advanced to replace the existing on-premise solution and really leveraged a lot of the advanced functionality in Advanced, such as approvals, workflows, automation, to really streamline those processes throughout the organization. As a part of that, they implemented EasyCollect, one of the partners for today's session, as an integrated accounts receivable workflow to manage their debtor reminders and also provide an online payment portal for their clients to pay any outstanding invoices simply. In terms of the benefits, it was really around that overall automation. They automated a lot of those manual processes and increased the ability to scale without necessarily the need to add additional administration resource as they continue on their growth curve. and then moved to a 100% paperless solution, really embracing advanced email integration to manage supplier and customer emails, and leveraged recipient created text invoices to simplify the process of engaging with their suppliers.